Hey guys, it's your divorce and family law attorney, attorney Terry S. Heron. And I know it's been a minute. And listen, if you're listening to me, then you weathered the storm. Even if you're still going through things, you are here and you have weathered the storm of this pandemic. You've gotten through 2020, you've gotten through almost 2021, and you are here because I will tell you there were some people that didn't make it. There were a lot of us that lost people in 2020 and 2021. And I've lost some people that were near and dear to my heart, and I'm talking close relatives. I am just so glad that you are here. Now, here's what I want to do because we have gone through a whole pandemic, okay? And, this should have shown you that, lives can end, can change, at the drop of a hat. All right. And here's the thing, we're still having people fighting about the child. All right. And that's the problem for me because here's what I want to see more of. I want to see more of you guys co-parenting, you know, and how do we do that? Well, if you don't know the first step, let's just put it in our minds that we're going to put the children first. What is in the best interest of the children? And if you answer every question like that, then your answer is going to be a little different from a place of selfishness, from a place of, well, I can't stand him and I can't stand her, because at the end of the day, you're going to think about what is it that my child needs? What is it that the children need at the end of the day? Okay, I'm no longer in a relationship with this guy, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to keep this guy or keep my child away from this guy, because at the end of the day, my child loves this guy and this guy loves my child. And even though he doesn't love me and I don't love him, and we're no longer in a relationship, and he has this new girlfriend that I'm not too, happy about. But at the same time, I'm not going to take away the relationship from my child, because at the end of the day, that's who you're affecting. That's who's affected by this situation. And I really think, if we kind of think about some of the things that we're doing, and again, we look through the lenses of what's in the best interest of the child or the children, if you have more than one, then we would have better outcomes. We will be making better decisions, and our decisions are not really emotionally made decisions. Okay. Listen, I know it's not the easiest thing in the world. It's sometimes hard to forgive a person. You're thinking about how he treated you and he cheated on you, and vice versa, how she did you, and whatever the case may be. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, whether you're divorcing, whether you're just, this was a girlfriend or a boyfriend, at the end of the day, the child didn't ask to be here. The child didn't ask to be going through your drama. The child didn't ask for any of that. And, I want to make sure that we kind of step back and think about that. We use wisdom when it comes to our children instead of taking our children through the situation with us. Like if you're divorcing, the child is not asking for a divorce, okay? The child already has a family that's being broken apart, right? So, as much as you can, you should be trying to keep your child stable. You should be trying to keep your child in the best situation that your child can be. And, I'm not saying that you're not, there are things that are going to change. Let's be honest, okay? There are going to be some changes. And if you have older children, 13, 14, 12, whatever the case may be, then yeah, that may really deserve a different conversation regarding mom and dad are not going to be together or not live together than a child that's 4 or 5. Yeah, you're going to have a conversation with a 4 and 5 year old, but it's going to be on a different level. Okay. But the goal in this video is to kind of remind you, not kind of, but to remind you that in today's world, we really do need to be co-parenting. I mean, kids go to school, they have to deal with bullying, They have to deal with drama. They have to deal with cyberbullying. They have to deal with, I don't have the right clothes. They have to deal with the pressures of performing. So at the end of the day, they don't need to have all this drama at home. They don't need the drama at home. They need a loving home. They need a loving family. Okay. So as much as you can, when it comes to the co-parenting, try to co-parent. You know, a lot of times we'll see where in a parenting plan, there's one parent that makes the decision about electives or extracurricular activities. And it's like, well, I'm going to have the final decision making authority on that. And of course, the parenting plan allows for one of the parents to have final decision making authority on that. But at the end of the day, you know, whether you're the parent that actually signed the child up for swimming lessons, you know, if it's the other parent that signed the child up for swimming lessons, and then you're like, well, I'm not going to take the child to swimming lessons during my time. Why not? Your child enjoys swimming. Your child enjoys the lessons. And at the end of the day, because this person chose it, you're not going to allow your child to participate just because it's your parenting time. Yeah, it may be taken a little bit away from your parenting time because you expect to spend your weekend, you know, we were going to do this and we were going to do that. But if that's what the child enjoys, then again, I'm thinking about what's in my child's best interest. And I'm going to get my child to this extracurricular activity because my child enjoys it. Another thing that I'm seeing where children are at the point where they are afraid when they're leaving from one parent, going to the other parent, and in a parenting time exchange to hug the other parent. That should not be the case. You know, if your child is afraid to hug the other parent in front of you, then what are you instilling in your child? You know, it should be, you know, mommy and daddy. As a matter of fact, it's a united front. Okay, as far as we're concerned, we don't even know that mom and dad have problems, and that's how it should be. Because here's what happens when the children figure out that you guys have a problem with one another. You don't like mom, you don't like dad. Okay. Y'all hate each other so much to where y'all are fighting over me. I will tell you, those children turn into teenagers, and you know what they start to do? Oh, they will play you and they will play the other parent. Trust me, it happens all the time. And so, because y'all are not a united front when it comes to certain things, yes, they will play you. And so we don't need that to be the case. You know, we need children that know that they are loved by both parents because children deserve the love of both parents. Keep that in mind. Okay. So, again, if you've taken away anything from this video, it's going to be that we need to be fostering the parent child relationship. We need to be co parenting. And if you don't know how to co-parent, then maybe you should do some co-parenting counseling. Maybe you should look into what it looks like to co-parent. You know, put that pride aside and do what you have to do for your child so that you can have a healthy child, so that you can have a child that carries on a relationship in really a mature way and not in a way that they saw the parents playing one another, rolling their eyes at one another, cursing one another out, you know, playing just all of this stuff we see. You know, I'm not just saying this stuff, we just see this on a regular basis. And kudos to the parents that at the end of the day see, wait. We don't need our children to be affected by this. Kudos to you guys. Because when you start thinking about how is this affecting the child, then your level of thinking is going to go from this low level of thinking that I got to get back at this person, or I'm doing this just because this person did this to me. And it goes to this higher level that's going to help you to have healthy children that are going to have healthy relationships in the future, that are going to know how to treat people in the future. And guess what? That are going to carry that down from generation to generation to generation to generation, because at the end of the day, it is all about love. Okay. And that's what we need to see more of. And so I'm glad to be able to come with another video. I know it's been a long time, but I'm glad to be able to come to you. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about, the first thing that came to mind was co-parenting, because that's what we need to see more of co-parenting. You know, if you can't take care of little Kimmy or little Timmy because you got to work, it's not, well, I'm just going to let somebody else, a babysitter, a random babysitter that I don't know, take care of little Timmy. Yeah, you got to do that sometimes. But did you think about dad that lives 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away? You didn't think little Timmy would want to go and spend time with dad while you got to work a 12-hour shift? Think about these things, people. Co-parent, co-parent, co-parent. And again, get some co-parenting counseling if you need to. Get some one-on-one counseling if you need to, because if at the end of the day you hate this other person so much that you're using your child against this person, then you're the person that needs some counseling and some help, okay? This is not a judgment. This is, let's get it right so we can have children that contribute better to society. I'm attorney Terry S. Heron. You guys have a great day.